You post daily on Instagram, but you barely get any views. And when you do finally get that video that pops off, all it does is bring in unqualified leads, and you're sat there thinking, what am I doing wrong? Or worse, you're in analysis paralysis and you've not even started posting content yet because you don't know what to do. But the truth is that Instagram is still one of the best places for you to grow, start, or scale your online coaching, but only if you know how to use it properly. So here's 3 simple steps that you can follow today to start using Instagram properly to scale your online coaching business. Step 1 is your positioning and your profile setup. Online businesses are just the same as in-person businesses. Say you walked into a restaurant and the restaurant was messy, the waiter didn't look clean, and there was a horrible smell. You just walk straight back out there. You're never going to give them your money. And the same thing happens when people click onto an Instagram profile that's not positioned well, that has a messy bio, that's unclear who you are, who you serve, and how you can help people. Where the profile picture doesn't clearly show your face, so they don't get to build that initial rapport. Or where your pinned posts don't build any rapport or show your best client testimonials and best client results. You need to make sure your profile is set up, because the goal of posting content on Instagram is to eventually get a follow so that they can enter the ecosystem of content. So starting off with the profile picture. Obviously, if you're a fitness coach, then you need to be showing that you are fit. Whether you're a gymnastics coach, show you doing a backflip in the profile picture, show you doing a muscle up, show you with your top off flexing on the bodybuilding stage. Don't just use boring selfies, or don't use faraway photos that don't show your face. You need to try and show your face and show a little bit about what you do so that it just builds your authority. Next, you've got your bio. Make sure it's clear and just follow this simple format. Put your biggest achievement / who you are as the top line of your bio. Underneath it, you need to say who you help. Below that, how you help them. And then finally, how those people can get in contact with you, which should be directing them to a coaching application form as the link in your bio. Follow this structure and you have a clear, concise bio. Next, you've got your highlights. Be concise with your highlights. 1 for all of your case studies, 1 for all of your client wins, 1 for all of your photo transformations, and 1 that has your lifestyle. And if you want to take it a step further, you can have a start here highlight which tells a little bit about your story and gets people ready for that buying process. The way you need to think about highlights is, when you jump onto a website and you quickly scroll all the way through and you scan the website and you don't look at absolutely everything, but you just flick through it and get a good idea of, do you want to buy here or not? That's what highlights do. People aren't going to sit there for like 20 minutes on your highlights, but what they are going to do is they're going to click results, and when they see there's 100 in here, they're going to quickly tap, and go, oh wow, I can't even make it to the end, there's that many results. Yeah, this guy's trustworthy. I'm going to hit follow and maybe buy from him in a couple months. And lastly, you've got your pinned post. Now, the structure you need to follow for your pinned post needs to be art. The first one needs to build authority, the middle pinned post needs to show results, and the last pinned post needs to be of testimonials. So for example, you could have my story, you could have loads of screenshots of client wins and client testimonials, and the last one could be all of the video testimonials that you've got in one big montage. And if you follow this, you've now got a perfect Instagram page that's primed and ready to generate leads and generate your sales. Next, for step 2, you've obviously got the content and the reels. We'll get into stories later on. The biggest trap that coaches fall in is only posting viral transformation physique videos, or only posting educational, talking head, boring videos. You need a mixture of everything. People want to see your cool transformation sometimes. People want to see your funny videos that aren't always value-based but more personality-based sometimes. And sometimes they also want to be educated. They also want to hear about your story in deep depth. And then other times they also want to see hardcore testimonials and proofs and you talking about your client's success. But if you only talk about client success, or you only talk about education, or you only show your physique in fast transformation flashy edits, then what you're going to do is build an audience that never ever buy from you. Because the viral transformation videos, yeah, they get a lot of eyeballs, but they don't get a lot of buyers. The talking head and educational content is never going to go viral, but what it is going to do is those people who came from the viral video, it's going to show them that you're an authority and you can actually educate them, not just make them laugh or you've got a cool transformation or a nice body to look at. And then the testimonial content, where you're being a little bit more salesy, you're pushing people with call to actions, if it's backed up by real proof and real evidence, because they've been on this journey of seeing your initial viral video, getting warmed up by the educational content. When they see the transformation, they also think, oh cool, this guy can go viral and be funny and be a personality, but he's also smart and he can educate me, and he's also helped other people do it. Wow, now I'm ready to convert. Now I'm ready to send in the DM. Now I'm ready to reply to his call to action and book a sales call in. The goal with content is to have the perfect blend of personality, education, and proof and conversion. And then lastly, you've got the sales system that you need to implement. Now, this is where Instagram stories come in. You need to be utilizing all of the different features that Instagram stories has to offer. Not just posting, I'm looking for 5 people who want to lose fat in the next 90 days. Brother, every fucking person in the world wants to lose fat in the next 90 days. And that whole thing of saying you're looking for 5 people, it's so fucking burnt out. Everyone knows that every coach has unlimited slots and they're trying to make as many sales as possible. Stop being fucking stupid. Your audience aren't 5-year-old kids that are gonna fall for that shit anymore. So what are all the tools you can use on Instagram stories? Well, you can do Q&As where you ask questions. You can do polls where you ask questions and get people to tap the screen to vote. You can use sliders where you say, rate my pump, and they can drag the slider across the screen. You could tell a story that has a call to action like DM me fit, for example. Or you could offer a free guide or a lead magnet where people have to reply a keyword. Or you could even do like a quiz where you ask people a question and you get them to answer the correct thing. And you've even got going live. You could go live in the gym or whenever you want and just drop some game and show people a bit more about your life. I've just listed 7 things right there that you could do to generate leads that are completely different to posting I'm looking for 5 people to do X. And yeah, you can post them time to time, but honestly no more than like 2-3 times a month, because people are so bored of that shit. You need to be creative in the way that you sell to people. It doesn't matter if it's a slider or it's a Q&A where people are asking you questions or it's a poll where people are tapping. As long as you're making someone do an action first, that gives you the right to reach out to them and say, hey there, I noticed that you voted on my poll and said your biggest struggle in the gym is tracking your macros. How long have you been struggling with that for? Now you're not selling to someone, you're just being curious and helping them out because they engaged first. Stop having your only call to action as I'm looking for 5 people who want to do X. Everyone is tired of that bullshit. And the reason I can say this works is because people like John Scotto, who we took from 0 to 9K a month in just 30 days, didn't have a big following. Ben and Beth, who started off in their 9 to 5 but now get to travel the world, here's some photos of them in Bali, don't have a crazy following or a crazy physique. And even our bigger clients like Rodney Lambert or Savannah, who've got 250,000 followers, they print 30K a month from using this exact strategy. So it doesn't matter if you're a big fitness coach or you're just starting out, I know this strategy works for all people because I've tried and tested it. And if you want the rest of our strategy, not just what we do from Instagram, go to the description of this video, hit the top line. I have a full case study breaking down exactly everything that I do for all of our clients for completely free. Or if you want to check out my Instagram where you can see all of my other testimonials on how we've collected over $1 million in the last 9 months for other online fitness coaches, check the link out below the case study where you can go directly to my Instagram, drop me a follow so you can check out all of my content for completely free. Thank you for watching, guys. Peace out.